Today we're diving into a tale about a woman in Kansas City whose accidental discovery of an email revealed a conspiracy that hit far too close to home. Ever think your workplace could hide a vendetta? Buckle up, because this story will make you rethink your office allies. Let's dive in. Emma Carter was a 34-year-old financial analyst at a mid-sized accounting firm in Kansas City, Missouri, about 5 miles from the city's bustling Power and Light District. Her boss, Michael Grant, a 38-year-old executive known for his charm, had hired her 2 years ago, and their professional relationship seemed solid. Emma often stayed late, crunching numbers in her cubicle, 20 feet from Michael's corner office. One night, while grabbing a report from Michael's printer, 10 feet from his desk, Emma noticed an email open on his screen titled Carter Plan. It detailed a scheme to frame Emma for embezzling $50,000 from client accounts. Her heart stopped. This was sabotage. Emma snapped a photo of the email, her hands shaking, and noticed it was sent to a board member, Victor Klein, whose office was 15 miles away in Overland Park, Kansas. The email mentioned leverage and personal stakes. Emma's stomach churned. Why her? She confided in her friend Sarah, a corporate lawyer who lived 4 miles away in Brookside. Sarah, a true crime enthusiast, urged Emma to protect herself, warning, "Bosses don't frame employees without motive." Emma searched the firm's records online, finding no missing funds, but noticing Victor's name tied to a 2018 fraud probe dropped for lack of evidence. Was Michael part of something bigger? What would you do if you saw an email plotting against you? Emma hesitated to confront Michael. He was polished, always offering her coffee, but now his smiles felt sinister. She decided to dig deeper, starting with the email's context. At the Kansas City Library, 3 miles away, she found articles on Victor's probe mentioning a junior partner who deflected blame, possibly Michael. Emma confided in Sarah, who suggested hiring a private investigator. Emma contacted Lisa Hayes, a PI based 7 miles away in Lee's Summit, who specialized in corporate espionage. Lisa agreed to investigate Michael, warning Emma to stay discreet, as framing schemes often escalate. Lisa's initial findings were alarming. Michael had a sealed divorce record from 2016, and his ex-wife's name was Emma Carter, Emma's maiden name before her own divorce. Emma's world tilted. She'd been married to Michael Grant, then Michael Grayson, but hadn't recognized him after his name change and corporate makeover. That night, Emma noticed her office files rearranged, 20 feet from Michael's door, and her login history showed unauthorized access. A text from an unknown number buzzed, "You'll pay for leaving." Emma's fear spiked. Was Michael seeking revenge for their past? Ever feel like your workplace is a trap set by someone you once loved? Let's see where Emma's search leads. You ever feel like you're working under someone who's smiling to your face, but sharpening a knife behind your back, with your past as their ammunition? That's where Emma was, staring at an email proving her boss, her ex-husband, was framing her for embezzlement, driven by a grudge from their divorce. Hacked files and a threatening text turned her Kansas City office into a battleground, and someone wanted her ruined. Welcome back to Shocking Stories, where we're diving deeper into a mystery that's only getting darker. Ready to see what Emma uncovers? Because this story's about to take a desperate turn. What would you do if your boss was out for revenge? Emma's first step was to confirm Michael's motive. She and Lisa reviewed their 2016 divorce records, sealed in Kansas City, 5 miles away, revealing a bitter split where Emma had won their shared assets, leaving Michael broke. Lisa pulled Michael's financials, showing payments to Victor Klein, labeled consulting, from a shell company in Overland Park, 15 miles away. Emma's heart raced. Michael was using corporate funds to fund his plot. She searched the firm's client accounts, finding doctored transactions dated to match her login times, set to trigger an audit. Was Michael building a case against her? Emma decided to tail Michael, borrowing Sarah's car to avoid recognition. She followed him from the office to a bar in Overland Park, parking 150 feet back, and saw him meet Victor. Their conversation heated. Emma snapped photos, catching Victor handing Michael a flash drive. Lisa hacked Victor's email, finding messages about finalizing Carter's fall and divorce payback. Emma's blood ran cold. Michael's revenge was personal, but Victor's involvement suggested a larger conspiracy. She planted a recorder under her desk, 20 feet from Michael's office, catching him say, "Emma's done. The audit will bury her." Lisa traced the shell company to a warehouse in Overland Park, 15 miles away, used for laundering corporate funds. Emma and Lisa staked out the site, 200 feet from the entrance, seeing Victor load crates into a van, one marked with the firm's logo. Emma's fear grew. This wasn't just about her. The firm was corrupt. She confronted Sarah, who suggested leaking the email to the board, but Emma needed proof Michael acted alone. She hacked Michael's office computer after hours, 10 feet from the printer, finding a folder labeled Carter Evidence with forged bank transfers in her name. That night, her car was vandalized 50 feet from her apartment, with thief scratched into the hood. A text buzzed, "You can't outrun this." Emma took the flash drive to Detective Paul Nguyen at Kansas City PD, 6 miles away, who confirmed Victor's warehouse was under surveillance for fraud, with Michael as a suspected accomplice. Nguyen warned Michael was manipulative, likely escalating his plan. Emma installed a security camera 20 feet from her apartment door, catching Michael loitering nearby at 2 a.m. Lisa traced the doctored transactions to a server in the firm's IT room, 30 feet from Emma's cubicle, accessible only by Michael. As Emma left work, Victor's van followed her for 3 miles, then vanished. Her phone buzzed. Resign or regret it. Ever get that sinking feeling your job is a setup you can't escape? Let's see what happens when Emma fights back. Emma took the evidence to Detective Nguyen, who linked Michael's forged transactions to Victor's warehouse, confirming a $2 million embezzlement scheme. The twist solidified. Michael had targeted Emma to deflect blame, using their divorce as fuel, while Victor laundered the funds through the firm. Michael's name change had hidden his past, letting him climb the corporate ladder to trap Emma. Nguyen issued warrants for both, but warned Michael was desperate, likely to strike before the audit. Emma's heart pounded. She'd once loved the man, now 20 feet from her desk, plotting her downfall. Gwen planned a sting at the firm, 5 miles from downtown, but Emma needed to clear her name. She confronted Michael in his office, 10 feet from the boardroom, showing the email photo. "Why, Michael?" she demanded. His face twisted. "You took everything," he spat, admitting he'd framed her to ruin her like she'd ruined him, with Victor's backing for a cut. Michael lunged for her phone, grabbing a letter opener. Emma screamed, dodging, as Sarah, alerted by a panicked text, burst in, 30 feet from the entrance, tackling Michael. Security arrived, restraining him, but Victor was missing, last seen in Overland Park. Emma and Lisa raced to the warehouse, 15 miles away, with Nguyen's team 200 feet behind, finding Victor shredding documents. Emma spotted her forged transfers among them, grabbing a file before Victor pulled a gun, shouting, "You're as good as dead." Lisa disarmed him, but Michael, freed from security, arrived, firing wildly, 50 feet from the entrance, grazing Emma's leg. And Gwen's team stormed in, cuffing both after a struggle, 20 feet from a crate of stolen cash. A search of the warehouse, 100 feet from a hidden office, uncovered ledgers tying Michael and Victor to 3 other embezzlements, spanning 25 miles across Missouri. Michael was charged with fraud, attempted murder, and conspiracy, while Victor faced laundering and extortion counts, exposing a corporate ring active 10 miles away in Independence. Emma quit, moving 150 miles to St. Louis, unable to face the firm's office again. The worst part? Michael's prison calls to Victor hint at other patsies in the firm, and Emma checks her bank accounts daily, fearing another frame. So, could you snoop on your boss after this? This is Shocking Stories, and we're just getting started. Hit that like button if this gave you chills, and subscribe for more heart-pounding tales. Comment, would you snoop on your boss? Share this video, because sometimes a single email can expose the deadliest plots.